Good evening, everybody. It's your weather host, David Schlotthauer, here in the Weather Center with your very latest forecast on this winter storm, historically winter storm that's rapidly developing over Texas. It's going to be moving into Louisiana, central southern Mississippi, and then eventually out across the southeastern United States. Snowfall totals have trended up a little bit, so we have had some uptrends. We're going to get your very latest 0Z HER model in once that starts rendering. Actually, it's already starting to render, but in the meantime, looking at the latest Doppler radar right now, and yeah, we already have a little bit of snow, some sleet coming down already over just approaching Houston, starting to get the snow and sleet going based on Doppler radar to the north. Yeah, it's snowing over a little bit of Dallas, Fort Worth, not a whole lot going on there. But it does seem like there is more to this system than what was thought. Okay, there's a little bit more coverage in snowfall than what models projected yesterday, which is very interesting because that means this system is going to be a little stronger and a little more energetic, especially over southern half of Louisiana where we have the most forcing. And then down here to the south where it's in the 40s, we have strong winds coming in out of the northeast. We do have a surface low that is trying to develop right here. We have near storm force winds actually coming in out of the east in the northern Gulf right now. Part of this surface low development that is occurring really quickly in earnest. And this is going to be the system that's going to cause the big historical snowfall total problems in southeastern Texas, southern Louisiana, into Mississippi. So that's a look at your temperatures. When we go to the north really quick, yeah, there is still a lot of Arctic air up here. It's still in the negative territory, negative 20 to almost negative 30 degrees. We have a lot of lake effect snow going on over the Great Lakes thanks to the strong winds that are occurring. So yeah, it's going to be another dangerous, life-threatening Arctic cold night for a lot of you living up there to the north and eventually down into Louisiana. That will be for mainly Wednesday early morning. Once the system clears tomorrow, we're going to have really cold overnight lows tomorrow night in the deep south. And actually chilly tonight, but it's going to be much colder tomorrow. So looking at the latest National Weather Service alerts here, this is very important because, yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is quite impressive. We have winter storm warnings all the way from southern Texas, all the way into southern half of Louisiana, into northern Florida, as well as southern portion there of South Carolina. So yeah, the Atlanta metro area, you're under a winter weather advisory. Down to the south, winter storm warnings. And yeah, some of this does include the potential for a very serious ice storm. We could be looking at ice amounts up to 1/4 of an inch or more in some of these areas. But it's really going to be southern Mississippi in this area where I've circled in black. That's where you could see more than 6 inches of snowfall. In fact, the latest 18Z HER model actually has about 1 foot of snowfall in portions of central southern Louisiana, which is very significant. In fact, that is historic by all modern records. All right, and then back here to the west, it is nothing but windy problems and fire danger. So looking at the winter storm severity indexes, these are your overall winter impacts. And yes, Houston, Texas is now under a major risk for wintry weather, including heavy snow, some sleet and ice accumulations. And then you can't really see it very well right here, but I'm circling this in. These two little specks, those are a couple of neighborhoods that are under extreme winter storm risks. Extreme, that's a level 5. A level 5 out of 5. You can see it right down there. You can barely see it, sorry. But yeah, extreme risk in purple in these two areas, surrounded by a huge area of major winter storm risk spreading all the way towards New Orleans, Louisiana. Southern Mississippi as well as southern Alabama into northwestern Florida are under already moderate to perhaps major risks for wintry precipitation. And you can see right here, a couple of areas are under that major risk. And then, of course, along the coast here of the Carolinas, there's a minor to moderate risk for heavy snowfall, for wintry precipitation, including for northern Florida. So, yeah, this is a very substantial winter storm by all means. It is going to be historic. I'm very confident about that this is going to break a lot of modern records. It's a once-in-a-lifetime winter storm event for the Deep South. So now taking a look at our models, not that. Hopefully I didn't give that away. Maybe I did. Actually, you know what? We will do this. So we're going to go over and look at our interactive map here on Radar Omega. And because this is going to give us the latest information. We don't have the 0Z in on this yet, but once that does come in, we will bring it to you. So this is what the model is indicating right about now. This is doing a fair job. I think, again, the temperatures are colder, so it is not showing that in this model. That's why the 0Z model is going to be very important, because it does show wintry precipitation falling over Houston at this given time. But this is going to progress tonight, and it is going to really get ugly. It is going to get really bad at around about 10 o'clock tonight into the 11 o'clock hour. Things are going to go downhill rapidly. Over Houston, Texas, we have a lot of viewers that live in this area. Candy HR, you're in Mongolia. Chase McLean, you're in Cyprus. We have a lot of people down here. This is a very, very densely populated area, and you're going to start off with some sleet, maybe some freezing rain in the mixed bag of rain, and then it's going to go right over to freezing rain and then sleet after that, and then going to get some snow, and then there could be a few inches on the ground, actually more than a few inches, more like about 4 to 9 inches of snow by the time this is all said and done for Houston. So yeah, big transition in the wintry department is going to be occurring. And yeah, San Antonio all the way down here. Austin, Texas, going to get some freezing rain. But yeah, look at this. This is incredible. Pleasanton, Divine. If you're in Beeville, if you're in Allison, Texas, there is going to be a lot of freezing rain. And this is for the 4 o'clock in the morning time frame. So almost about your morning commute, you're going to be witnessing some freezing rain and icy conditions. And then down here in Corpus Christi, it's going to be more like a sleet event before it transitions briefly over to snow. Only briefly before this precipitation tapers off. But then, of course, when we get into Louisiana, it's going to start snowing there at around about 1 in the morning. So this is going to be a overnight or early morning commute time frame. And then look what ends up happening here in Lafayette, Lake Charles, in Slidell. We're looking at some light to moderate snowfall, and then it's really going to intensify throughout the day. Look at this. By about, say, 10 to 11 in the morning, we're talking possible whiteout conditions, especially in New Orleans, because this is where the snow is going to be heaviest down here. The further south you essentially go, the snow is going to get heavier, all right? And so we have Timothy over here. We have, let's see who we have. We have Boomer. We have KC down here. We have Johnny T. West, which is down here as well. And you're going to be getting some pretty good, decent snowfall out of this. And quite surprisingly, Alexandria, you're going to get a little bit of snow, but it's going to be mainly to your south. And then this is going to be moving into, say, Mississippi and southern Alabama. This would be around your lunchtime to 1 in the afternoon for your day tomorrow. So Gulfport, Hattiesburg, if you are in Crestview, Destin, Gulf Shores, we have a lot of people watching this. Crazy Weather Dude, Darren Inger, Galactic Garden or Guardians, you're down here in Florida. You're looking at some decent snowfall with this winter storm. And snowfall totals have come up quite dramatically, especially over Mobile, Alabama, and points west. Pensacola looking at about the same amount of snow. Panama City, though, yeah, you could be looking at some decent snow over there, too. Aero Force, Lau Gray, by tomorrow afternoon, you're looking at the snowfall increasing in that area based on the 18Z HER model. Enterprise as well as Albany, Georgia. This is going to be moving into your area by the morning or by the afternoon commute. This is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, look at this. It's going to be snowing pretty hard. Okay, Valdosta, Waycross, we just said Albany, Savannah, Georgia, moving into, and this looks like it's going to extend its arms out a little bit. So we're likely to see snow now over Jacksonville in North Carolina, just a little bit, not a whole lot. But the further southwest you get, it's going to get heavier and more persistent. But yeah, down here in southeastern Georgia, northern Florida, that's where the heaviest snowfall will be. And that's where our most concern is going to be for sleet and freezing rain concerns. Live Oak, Frost Cove, Keeneland, Brunswick area, going to be really rough for about the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock overnight tomorrow. And it's going to still be that way all the way through, perhaps in some areas, maybe lasting into your morning commute. So yeah, once it starts here, it's going to start at about 9 p.m. and it's going to be almost pretty much a 12 to 13 hour event of just ice down here. Gainesville, Live Oak. This is going to be pretty devastating. Gainesville down here could get a little bit of sleet and freezing rain, and that just continues. And it's not until we get into, say, Wednesday, late morning, early afternoon, when this system will be finally through the area. So we have all day tomorrow to get through this winter storm. And then finally by Wednesday, things will taper off as that cold front sweeps its way through, leaving behind likely a lot of power outages and a lot of problems. Road closures certainly cannot be ruled out with this winter storm. So now a lot of you are wondering about the snowfall totals. So we're going to bring that up. Let me bring up the 10-1 ratio. Actually, yeah, we're going to have to do the 10-1 ratio because it's the only thing that's provided on this map. So let's bring that up. Okay, here we go. So this is our snowfall totals over the next couple of days. And you can see right here, we're looking at about 7 inches of snowfall across the deep south here. But because our temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 20s, that could introduce more higher ratios. So therefore, I'm still expecting down here, Lake Arthur, Abbeville, St. Martin, probably around 7 to 10 inches of snowfall. If you are in, say, the Houston, Texas area, based on this model in particular, it's not really going to aggressive. Maybe about 1 inch or 2 of snowfall, but I think you're going to see a little bit more than that. I think about 3 to 4 inches of snow you will see in the Houston, Texas area. And along Galveston, right here in the Bay, Houston Bay, you're looking at about 3 to 5 inches of snowfall. But especially in Louisiana, this is where the word historic is residing from, all in down here. That's where you're going to see the most snowfall out of this winter storm. But it does depend on what model you look at. We're going to be waiting in our 0Z model on what that's showing. But right now it is showing historic snowfall totals south of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Gulfport looking at about 3 to 5 inches of snowfall. South of Mobile, Alabama, right along the coast here, you're looking at about 3 to 5 inches of snowfall, and that continues all the way into Panama City Beach, Florida. In fact, snowfall totals have come up dramatically in Panama City Beach. We're looking at about 4 inches of snow now. Yesterday's runs, we were looking at about 1 to 3 inches. Now we're looking at about 3 to 5 inches of snowfall in the Panama City Beach, Florida area. And then going into southern Georgia, we're looking at about 2 to 4 inches of snow. So this has come up notably. Even look at this. Even down here could get a brief dusting of snowfall. Yeah, like look at this. Down into Gainesville, Florida, we're looking at about 1/100 of an inch of snowfall. Hey, little bit counts, especially since you have never seen snow in your lifetime down there. That would be something to look forward to. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. Douglas, about 2 inches. And then up here in Dublin, you're looking at about 1 inch of snowfall. And then it does decrease Oh, we haven't went through the whole model. You can see all the way up over here, we're looking at about maybe about an inch of snowfall. Myrtle Beach, looking at about an inch of snow, and then Savannah, Georgia, about 2 inches of snowfall expected. All right, so that's what that model is showing. Let's see what the NAM model is telling us. Hold on. Let's go to the NAM model, see if that has uptrended at all with snowfall totals. This is loading on in. There we go. So, yeah, this is a lot more aggressive, actually. So, this is very different than what the, that is a 10-in-1 ratio. Holy cow. Yeah, this is 10-in-1 ratio 18Z model run. And yeah, it's showing a lot more snow. So this seems to be the one that we're concerned about. So in around the Houston area, Cypress, about 5 inches of snow. Texas City could get 5 to 8 inches of snowfall. Port Arthur, this model is picking up on 1 foot of snowfall. This is probably a little on the aggressive side, and there's one area 1.5 foot of snowfall. I'm not putting a lot of bet into this because this is pretty aggressive amongst most of our models, but the fact that the NAM has uptrended dramatically over the last few runs is an eye-opener, and we will see if this continues in our next set of runs once those come in. Lake Charles, right around about 5 to 8 inches of snowfall, possibly 1 foot there. Lake Arthur, about 13 inches, but again, pretty aggressive. Cameron, about 8 to 12 inches of snowfall. This is historic. If we get snowfall totals of this magnitude right here, this would be all-time record. I was looking on X, which is former Twitter, and there was a lot of posts, a lot of people posting that they're flying down here to witness this event. This is a big deal. This is really, really big deal. Trenton Watkins could get 8 inches of snow. Port Sulphur, 10 inches of snow. So this is pretty dramatic. Look at Pensacola, Florida. Maybe 5 to 8 inches of snowfall. Gulf Shores, Alabama. Look at this. You could get as much as 8 inches of snowfall out of this winter storm. And not only that, look at southeastern Georgia. Parts of southeastern Georgia like Douglas, Tifton, as well as Bainbridge, Thomasville. You might get as much as 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. And then going to the extreme north here, or extreme east of the U.S., like Kitty Hawk, you're looking at about 5 to 8 inches of snowfall too. So a huge contrast between the NAM model and the HRRR. The HRRR is not really showing hardly anything. Actually, the HRRR is not showing anything at all in this area. So yeah, 0Z is coming in right now. We will wait for that to fully render, see if that corrects itself. And why is this not running? Why is this not rendering? Let's see. All right. Oh, well, it's not working on us. But yeah, you get the idea. HRRR literally not showing much at all with the snowfall totals versus our NAM model. Much more aggressive here for the southeastern United States as far as the snowfall totals go. Now let's take a look at our ice accretion. This is going to be a big deal right down here. Ice amounts are going to be potentially, well, will be historic by all means because this is very far south. So ice accretion taken into account. So there's 2 ways to measure this. You can just use the freezing rain QPF, which is going to get you a lot more aggressive totals. And you use the ice accretion method, which is more of the realistic amount of ice accumulation. And yeah, even this over Apalachicola, you might get a 1/2 inch of ice accumulation. Carabel, about 4/10 of an inch. St. Mark's in Florida, 3/10 of an inch. This is enough to knock out power to a lot of people. A lot of businesses could be without power. Jasper, Florida, about 4/10 of an inch. Look at this. Folkston, about 4/10 of an inch of ice. Brunswick, 4/10 of an inch. Darien, right around 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. But when we factor in the QPF, the worst case scenario, this would bring about 3/4 of an inch of ice all around the northern Florida, southeastern Georgia. This is historic. This is definitely historic and will lead to widespread power disruptions. Waycross would get possibly up to about 4/10 of an inch based on all of this. So yeah, this is really bad. This is very devastating. Total devastation down here to property because of all that ice that does accumulate. And you could see it here on the NAM. If we back it up here, let's run this through. You could see how much you're going to see. Look at all that pink there. Just this is heavy freezing rain right here. This is coming down at a good clip over northern Florida, southeastern Georgia, and then you get your sleet behind that. Which, by the way, I want to go over to Weather Bell and show you all the sleet amounts, and there you have it. See, your 10-1 ratio is not as aggressive, which is funny because on Radar Omega, it's a lot more aggressive. I don't know why that is, but okay. So as much as, so here's a look at your sleet accumulation. Ice pellets falling from the sky. This is not to be confused with freezing rain, because freezing rain, water freezes upon contact with the surface. So it's in liquid form when it falls, but when it hits the surface, it is freezing instantaneously, okay? Sleet is different. Sleet is frozen raindrops in the air. So the snow had time to melt through the warm layer above the surface, and then it hits a more denser, more deeper cold layer, and then these raindrops freeze in the air, and you get ice pellets. All right, so that's what sleet actually is. And you could see up to a half an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch of ice in the, just like right along the coast here of the Carolinas. Southeastern Georgia, northern Florida, you might see up to a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch, including for the deep south here. You might see up to about 1/10 of an inch to about 1/4 of an inch of sleet accumulations, especially down here in Houston, Texas, Corpus Christi, and if we go even further south than that into the South Central, let's go to that. This is where you have more ice accumulations out west in southern Texas, okay? Let's go to our freezing rain total in this area too, because you might see up to 3/10 of an inch of ice in southern portion there of Texas. Yeah, this is really going to be bad. It's going to be bad, and I just hope and hope and hope you've been prepping for this. Make sure you have your generators ready, because you will lose power due to the historic snowfall totals. Your infrastructure, your power grid is not used to this. You have not seen this once in a lifetime. Road closures are certainly a very likelihood at this time. Okay, especially over southern Louisiana, where the heaviest snow is going to fall. Even Houston, Texas could have road closures with this. So that's why I would highly recommend just calling in sick from work tomorrow and don't show up. Work from home if you're able to, because we don't need people out there on these roadways causing accidents. Okay, that's what I'm here to really articulate the message through to you all, that this is historic. Okay, it's been all over X. It's been even on TikTok. It's just been everywhere on social media about this winter storm. That's going to be a big problem. Not so much historic over here in North Carolina. You're prone to getting all these, you're prone to getting about 5 to 8 inches of snow, but that's even pretty high for this latitude. Most of the snow usually falls just north of you, and so this might cause a little bit of problems too in the eastern North Carolina region. Virginia, you're used to this. That's not going to be an issue for you. All right. So yeah, big time snowfall totals. Now, I'm going to explain to you all on why this winter storm is going to be such a big deal. So if we take a look here at our 500, let's look at the Euro. So our 500 millibar vorticity plot, so this is showing us the upper levels of the atmosphere. And what we have here, actually, let me just do this so you can see the whole 9 yards. So what we have here is a PVU streamer. So we have this trough that is right in here. You can kind of see the vorticity right along this boundary where this trough axis is. This is what we call a long wave trough that is moving through. This is because we're seeing a lot of colder air associated with this. So this is a large wave in the atmosphere. And then out ahead of this, in the right front quadrant, we do get a little bit of jet stream dynamics to work with. So we have a little bit of divergence that does take place with this frontal boundary, okay, that sets up. And so as we move forward, you can see some of the dynamics do get involved. And anything out ahead of this trough, we have the best dynamics involved because the air is rising. It's being forced up because this colder air is punching in out of the north. You get this warmer air coming off the Gulf of Mexico, these strong winds out ahead of this. And that's what's going to, and this is in the low levels, by the way, that's going to allow a lot of forcing along the boundary. Now, how does this all evolve? Now, if we look at the last set of runs, this has evolved slightly different. And I've seen posts about this on X that there has been a trend to the north, and that is because that this is a little further south. So if we look at the latest 18Z run, this is only a little further south, but this trough really isn't that far south. And this ridge over here is slightly stronger. So what you're going to end up seeing is better air mass response, just a little bit, only a little bit here to kickstart heavier snowfall totals here in the deep south and the southeast, all because of that isotropic lift that is going to be pseudoed for this system. Let's see. Also, this trough is really strong too. But if we look at, I don't think there's, oh yeah, here it is. You could even see this too on the dynamic tropopause. This is very hard to explain. I know how to explain it, but I don't want to put too much information. But in simple words, this is a very tight gradient right here. So very good thermal wind gradient down to the southeast of this trough that encroaches on in. And so that's what's going to really increase the lift in the atmosphere and squeeze out all of the moisture out of the atmosphere. And that's why the system is going to be very problematic because of all the dynamics getting into play. All right. So long story short, please take this seriously. All right. I don't like to hype things up very much, but I am hyping this up. I'm going to fearmonger because that's the only way the message gets through to people, right? I know today was an inauguration day. I watched pretty much a lot of it today, and even their testimony has been moved inside. They had to have the parade inside the Capital One Center, the arena, that is, because of how cold it was in DC today. So this goes to show you that these temperatures too are dangerous. This is not good. This is not what you all want to hear about. I know, but it is reality. This is part of winter time. Remember, all you were asking where winter is? Maybe nature tried to throw a curveball at you, and you're like, "Oh, you're gonna do that to us now, nature? Okay." So tonight's going to be cold. And then I think, tomorrow morning is going to be the coldest just for about everyone. And then temperatures moderate a little bit on Wednesday. So as we go through here and look at the temperature forecast, you can see some thermal cooling as well, dynamic cooling aloft where all that snow is falling. Look at this. This is pretty cool to see. Where it snows, temperatures are in the lower 20s. That's why our ratios will likely be a little higher than the 10-1 ratio. And then look at this. You got temperatures in the 20s where it snows here, okay, in the low to mid 20s. That makes your ratios a little higher. And then, of course, up here to the north, look at these temperatures. According to the NAM, it's going to be another night of dangerously cold temperatures again. In some of these areas, we could have temperatures as cold as -20 to -30 degrees again in the Dakotas and Wisconsin before the colder air really starts migrating eastward. And if we go forward here, then that gets all the way into the Great Lakes. Look at this. Negative temperatures in very populated areas in Columbus area. All right. As well as in Wisconsin. You're looking at negative 3-degree temperatures for Wednesday, for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning before the colder air finally migrates a little bit, but it's not going to go away entirely for some locations, but it's going to ease up from where it is at. So, let's take a look at the winds. I haven't really talked much about wind with this storm. I guess that's because everyone's been focused on the snow aspect of things. So looking at the snow wind partition of the storm, this is definitely going to be some windy, or the winds are going to increase overnight tonight. Over Houston, combining with some of that ice that you're going to see, you're looking at winds here between about 15 to 20 miles an hour, but along the coast here, you're going to have winds on the order of about 20 to 30 miles an hour. And look at down here in southeastern Texas or southern Texas, like down here in McAllen, your winds are going to be potentially close to 30 miles an hour out of the northerly direction. That's some cold air, and this front is going to really intensify over the Gulf. So that shows your temperature gradient is going to be involved, and then those winds will come down a little bit tonight or a little bit throughout the day tomorrow, but still on the gusty side. As you can see here, we're going to have wind gusts between 15 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts even a little stronger in portions of, say, Florida, where you're going to have gusts between 30 to 45 miles an hour. So backing it up here with the wind gusts initially, okay, is this going to even work on us? And it looks like it froze on us. Lovely. Crashes. These crash a lot. I guess we have to deal with it these days, right? Technology doesn't want to cooperate in itself. So looking at the wind gust forecast along Corpus Christi in the 40s tonight, and then those winds could gust even a little stronger along the coast, possibly getting close to 50 miles an hour. So yeah, power outages are certainly a possibility or a likelihood, especially right along the coast here of Texas. And like I said, thermal gradient here is very strong. You go from the 20s in Louisiana into the 70s to near 80 degrees in the central Gulf of Mexico. And so that's why you have the winds that are strong, the pressure gradient is really tight, and that's going to allow the strong winds to really filter in. And funny enough, you know, people say that when the pressure is really low, you know, you get snow or rain or whatever not, right? This pressure, too, is going to be really high during this winter storm event, especially by the latter part of the morning hours. Look at how high the pressure could get here, 30.70 inches. So for the theorists, I said it correctly there, say, oh, the lower the pressure, the more stormy the weather actually is. Doesn't always work that way, especially with Arctic highs like this. You could have inclement weather even with pressures being this high, like you're seeing right here. In fact, your pressure right now is actually lower without any meaningful precipitation in Louisiana than what it will be like tomorrow when there's actually snowfall. Pretty cool, isn't it? Just that's how weather works, you know, atmospheric pressure. By the way, I hope you all are enjoying the live stream. Boy, we only have 500 people watching tonight. Probably because the inauguration, because people are watching that. But I'm glad to be here live streaming as we are tracking this winter storm right now. No, this is not the current radar. Let's take a look at the current radar right now, actually. We will do and go right over to that. So here's a look at the current radar, and looking at the latest storm reports, we are already getting video reports of snowflakes coming down in Houston, Texas. So we are getting some flurries in Texas right now. These are snow reports. So it is snowing in Texas. And the models showed it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to be a rain first. So I'm wondering if this system is a little stronger than what models projected. And this is a look at the latest 0Z run. And quite surprisingly, the 0Z run is not picking up on that right now. So let me go over to Weather Bell. Sorry for all the scene transitions here. But yeah, it's snowing right now. And the HRRR is not picking that up very well in Houston. It's still showing it's going to rain, and it's showing it less widespread. I think that's meaning that this system is overperforming a little bit. And that means the snow is going to be heavier over southern Louisiana specifically. And still calling down here on the latest snowfall totals up to almost a foot of snow in far southern southeastern Louisiana. Not as much up here now, interestingly, to seeing that. Only about 6 to 8 inches of snow. So the trends have decreased notably with this model run, but not so much down here in the far southeastern Louisiana area. So let's see. Oh yeah, we're up to 38 hours. So let's go to the southeastern sector. What is that showing? So snowfall totals have come up notably for southern Georgia. So that's a big, huge increase. So yeah, now on the order of perhaps 5 to 8 inches of snow. 5 to 8 inches of snow. And yeah, on this model run, it is snowing in northern Florida now. More widespread snow there. Freezing rain totals. See, this is not picking up a whole lot. This is not even picking up anything. Maybe only 1/10 of an inch or less of ice in northern Florida. Sleet, though, is definitely going to be accumulating here on the order of about 1/2 inch to 1 inch or so on this run. But yes, snowfall totals have come way up here in southeastern Georgia, northern Florida. What is a record for New Orleans snow? I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm sure it is about 6 or 7 inches. So New Orleans getting about 8 inches would be a record. So we are going to get to questions now since we covered pretty much everything. It took me 37 minutes to do it, so I felt like I was more thorough in this live stream covering everything. And so we will get to your questions for the next hour or so. And we will be looking at real-time Doppler radar. Real-time Doppler radar. And yeah, see, the snow is coming down. It is definitely falling up here in Houston. Huntsville, Livingston, Woodville is getting snow, and it's coming down at a good clip. Some of this is 30 decibels, so that is in the moderate range. And some of these convective cells right here on the order of about 35 decibels, so that's coming down pretty decent. Let me see if we got live cameras. Let's see. Because I wanted to give you guys some live coverage as well. And we do. We do have live cameras. So let's click on one of those cameras right now. And here it is not snowing yet. It's just cloudy. Thank you, Keith Dement, for the $5 donation. I do appreciate it. What's up, Barbara? Newborn, North Carolina. New Bern, North Carolina. So let's go to New Bern, North Carolina. So New Bern, North Carolina. Yeah, you could get up to 5 or so inches easily. Actually, the snow could start there even by tomorrow late morning, early afternoon in Jacksonville, and it could get a lot heavier. It will get a lot heavier there. You can definitely see the steady snow. So yeah, snowfall totals in New Bern have really come up in the last 24 hours of model run data. You're very welcome, Barbara. I do appreciate it. Yeah. I'm glad to answer your question. But yeah, it is going to get really nasty, and we do have live cameras along this storm front, so we will be able to bring those to you. Not tonight, well, the snow is going to start, but by the time I sign off, the snow will just have started down here. Actually, you know what? Is it? I think it's... Maybe it's not snowing or anything here yet, but it's definitely cloudy. Skies have gotten cloudy. Temperatures are cold. It looks cold out there. It doesn't look warm at all. Looks really chilly. Really, really chilly. It's at 37 degrees right now, so that makes sense. Columbus, Georgia getting any snow? Let's go to Columbus, Georgia. So Columbus, Georgia is going to get a little bit of snow. I'm thinking about 1 to 4 inches of snowfall for your area. But given the recent trends in our models, that could go up still a little bit. So don't freak out if it's low now. It could still go up a little bit more. We have seen the trends back to the north a little bit with this winter storm. More matching with the Canadian model, to be honest with you. But yeah, the HRRR is going pretty stinking aggressive. Going really aggressive on this storm now, especially for the southeast. Huge uptrend. And you can look at the notable uptrend this thing has done. I mean, look at how heavy the snow is going to be right over Valdosta. And in fact, we will give you your very latest snowfall totals because of... And these are still coming in. This is still rendering, but yeah, like Valdosta, 5 inches of snow is anticipated. And this could be generous. This could be very generous. Which is interesting. I don't know why. Okay, that's a 10. Yeah, see, the 10-1 ratio is locally higher down there. I'm surprised it is not aggressive right here. Huh, interesting. Probably the most likely scenario of snowfall, maybe, is what it's based off of. Okay, so let's get to more questions. Augusta, Georgia, about 1 inch, about 1 to 3 inches of snow, given the recent trends to the north. I am going a little aggressive for the Augusta area, maybe up to 3 inches. How much snow will Bamberg, South Carolina get? So Bamberg, South Carolina, let's go to that. So Bamberg, South Carolina is going to get about 1 inch or 2, but given the recent trends, I'm thinking around 1 to 3 to 4 inches of snowfall for that area. Valdosta? Okay, it's Valdosta. Because Valadosa. Okay, Valadosa or Valdosta. It's Valadosa. Sorry. I thought because it says VAL like Val, and then Do like DO, Sta, STA, Valdos, but it's said differently. So now I understand. Katy, Texas. By the way, please share this with your family and friends on social media. Hit the like button too if you haven't. We are barely to 200 likes, so be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. So you know what? This is on, for some reason, on Radar Omega, it's not entirely accurate with snowfall totals, so I'm just going to put this out here. Actually, it is. Never mind. So for that area, you're looking at about an inch or two of snow, but because of the snow falling already, okay, that is going to be up a little bit. So we're looking at about 3 to 4 inches of snowfall in this area. Valdosta. Okay. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Valdosta. Wilmington, North Carolina. So Wilmington, North Carolina, you're going to be getting... So Wilmington, North Carolina is down in here. You're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snowfall. 3 to 7, actually. Brownsville, Texas. So Brownsville, Texas. So Brownsville, Texas, you're not going to see anything. No snow with this storm at all. Instead, you're going to get a little bit of ice. Probably about 1/10 of an inch of ice. What's up, DJ the Broke? How are you doing, bud? So Mission Bend, Texas, you're looking at about an inch or two. So about 2 to 4 inches because of the overperforming snowfall that's falling in that area. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you are looking at about, so Baton Rouge is over here. So Baton Rouge, you're expecting, I'm forecasting, oh wait, Baton Rouge is way up here, sorry. You're looking at about 3 to 7 inches of snowfall. 3 to 7 inches. What's up, DJ the Broke? How are you doing? By the way, for those, a couple of you were asking about a Discord server. I am going to be making one and working on one, hopefully starting tomorrow, gradually on it. So I'm going to give this one more chance to start a Discord server up. And it's going to be called Weather Force. It's going to be called Weather Force. League City, Texas. Let's go to League City, Texas. So League City, Texas, you're looking at about 2 to 5 inches of snowfall based on the overperforming snowfall that is currently falling at this time based on radar. We'll see if that gradually trends back over to snow or rain. But as it stands now, it's not doing much. It's all blue. So I'm thinking snowfall totals will be a little more in Houston than what models are projecting. Kingston, North Carolina. So for Kingston, North Carolina, let's go over to that. Where's my Radar Omega? There we go. So Kingston, North Carolina, you are looking at about, so right now you're looking at about 1 to 4 inches of snow. This model's a little off with its actual accumulation, but we're looking at about 3 to 5 inches, maybe up to 6 inches of snow in that area. But further east you go, it's going to be a lot more. Berkeley, Louisiana. Columbia, Mississippi. Go to Columbia, Mississippi. So Columbia, Mississippi, you are getting nothing. There's not going to be snow out of this based on the latest HRRR. But if we look at, you know what, I'm going to actually use the NAM model because the NAM model's a lot more, it paints a better picture with snowfall totals. So I'm going to use, that's actually rendering right now. So we will wait for that because it's not in yet. So here's a look at those snowfall totals. So for this model, you're looking at much more snowfall. So in general, we will use this because this is the most aggressive model. So you're looking at a lot more, about 3 to 6 inches of snow. Anything in Oklahoma, you're not going to get a whole lot. Only about another 1/100th of an inch, and that will be it. How about Mandeville, Louisiana? So Mandeville, Louisiana, you're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snowfall in that area, based on the NAM. Can it still track northward? Yeah, it can still track a little northward, David. Is Ocala, Florida going to see any snow? No, you're not seeing any snow. You're not seeing any ice, just a rainmaker for you. In fact, the rainfall totals based on the NAM looking quite significant. Possibly up to 3 inches of rainfall out of this winter storm. Yeah, you're getting a lot of moisture out of this. And some other areas could get 4 inches of rainfall. That's decent. It's going to be coming down really good in that area. And look at over the Gulf, man. The Gulf is going to get 15 plus inches of rainfall in that little sector. It's incredible. That is incredible. Fayetteville, North Carolina. So for Fayetteville, North Carolina, you're only going to see about 1 inch or 2 of snow. But yeah, recent trends to the west a little bit do indicate that snowfall could come up a little bit more. I'm expecting maybe about 1 inch or 2 of snow for that area. Hey, Kristen, easy on the moderator power, please. They're probably trying to get my attention, but if they continue after I get to their question, then you can start hiding them or deleting the comment. So for that area, you're looking at around 1 inch to 3 inches of snowfall. What about Orange, Texas? So Orange, Texas is going to get a lot. Based on this, you could get up to about 8 inches of snow. Around 8 inches of snow. What about Orlando? So Orlando, Florida, you're likely to see about 1 inch or 2 of rainfall. No snow, no freezing rain. Just a rainfall event. Don't worry, you don't need to worry about snowfall. It's not going to snow there. Monroe, Louisiana. Let's go to Monroe, Louisiana. So Monroe, Louisiana, you're looking at no snow out of this winter storm. But if it does trend a little north, you might get a dusting, but I don't think it's going to be nothing. Nothing burger over there. Mobile, Alabama. So Mobile, Alabama, are looking at about 5 to 8 inches of snow. Hinesville, Georgia. So Hinesville, Georgia, you're looking at about 3 inches or 2 of... I think I just got to your question. 3 inches of snow. Maybe I didn't. Maybe someone else asked that question. St. Joseph, Missouri. St. Joseph, Missouri is way up here, another inch or 2, and that's about it. You're not going to get any snow because it's too cold for snow. Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, Louisiana, you are going to get about 5 to 8 inches of snow. Lake Charles, Louisiana, you're looking at about 5 to 8 inches, about 6 to maybe 10 inches of snow. Okay, Illy J says that. So Illy J, you're not looking at any snow, all right? You're not looking at anything. 0 inches. Chester, South Carolina, please. Yes. Sorry, Laura. Chat is going pretty good tonight, so for Chester, South Carolina, maybe a dusting. Maybe a dusting, but if this trends any further north, you could get a lot more snow, potentially up to about an inch or 2. Austin, Texas, you're probably referring to, you're only going to get about an inch of snow. That's all you're going to get with this winter storm. Canton, Georgia. Let's go to Canton, Georgia. Why does the HRRR show 12 inches of snow in Jacksonville? So that's way over here. We'll get to that question in a second. Let's go back to Canton, Georgia. That's way up here. You're not getting any snow. Dorothy, Alabama. Adrian is asking that. So Dorothy, Alabama, you're looking at about 4 to 8 inches of snow. Thank you, Christian, for the $2 donation. Gulf Shores, Alabama. So Gulf Shores, Alabama. Okay, that's not over there. So Gulf Shores, Alabama is way down here. Right down here, you're looking at about 8 inches, which I don't know why that just glitched out like that. So you're looking at about 8 inches of snow based on this model, based on this. Slidell, Louisiana. So Slidell is next door. So let's go to Slidell, Louisiana. So Slidell, Louisiana, you're looking at about 4 inches of snow. And you're looking at about 4 inches. Panama City Beach, Florida. So Panama City Beach, Florida, you could get... You want to hear the crazy range? By the way, someone that asked that, let me see who it was. Okay, said cool 279, you could get 1 to 12 inches of snowfall based on that. Adrian, thank you for the $5 donation. I do appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that. Savannah, Georgia, you're looking at around 1 to 5 inches of snow. Port Arthur, what? Port Arthur, what? Skylar. Jacksonville, Florida, any snow? So Jacksonville, Florida, no, but you're going to have a taste of your own medicine with ice. Depending on what model, there is a lot of uncertainty still. I mean, the HRRR, we go to the next 41 hours, it does have snow for Jacksonville, but the NAM does not. We'll see if the NAM trends in that direction. We're looking at about 2 inches, though, but the ice is going to be pretty concerning, okay? You're going to have a little bit of ice problems, not on the HRRR, but on the NAM, it's going quite alarmingly crazy with ice amounts. And you can see those ice amounts here, particularly up to about you're looking at about 0.05 of an inch, maybe 1/10 of an inch of ice. So that's going to be the concern. Douglas, Georgia. There's a Douglas, Georgia. Let's see where that's at. Let's go up here and look. So Douglas, Georgia, you're looking at about 4 to 8 inches of snow. 4 to 8 inches. Raleigh, North Carolina. So for Raleigh, North Carolina, you're not looking at anything but any shifts further west with the snow line could bring you up to about an inch or two. Oh my goodness. The questions are insane tonight. No, I'm not trying to complain. This is good. This is good. I'm going to have to start getting help, though, with questions like this. I'm going to have someone on the live stream with me to get to your guys' questions faster. Since these streams are getting 500 plus people watching, which is great to see. So for that area, you're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snow. Lexington, South Carolina. So Lexington, South Carolina. Let's go to that. Excuse me. I have a little congested nose today, so let's go to Lexington. So Lexington, South Carolina, you're looking at about an inch or two of snowfall. Okay, oh my goodness. I got to Savannah. Beaufort, South Carolina. That is from D-Strong. So you're not going to get any snow there. Well, you will, more than likely. This is very clobbier looking, so you'll probably get about a few inches based on the latest model here. Nisha. Lee County, Alabama. So that's over here near Auburn. You're only looking at about a couple of inches. Raleigh, North Carolina, I just said Raleigh, you're not going to see much, but if it shifts further west, you're going to see about an inch or two of snow. West Point, Mississippi. Let's get to West Point. West Point is not looking at anything right now. No snow at all. Sorry, buddy. No winter storm for you. Auburn, Alabama. I was just in Alabama. Okay, so Auburn, Alabama is only going to get about an inch or two of snow. Valdosta. Said it correctly? I hope I did. Oh, that's going to be hard for me to say it properly, but yeah, I did my best. So for that area, let's go to that city. Alex is asking that question. So let's... Alex. So we're looking at about an inch or two of snow. Phoenix City. So Phoenix City. So Phoenix City, you're looking at about 2 to 4 inches of snow. Alexandria, Louisiana. I think we just talked about Alexandria not long ago. Oh no, there's another Alexandria in Texas. That's what that was. And you're going to get a little bit of snow. You're going to get a little bit of snow with this, at least an inch or two. You're very welcome, Ina. Columbia, South Carolina. Don't eat the snow because it's yellow. So yeah, Columbia, South Carolina, 1 to 2 inches of snow is anticipated. Dothan, Alabama. Oh my goodness. These questions are getting quite crazy. Let me see if I can get someone on this stream to help answer those. Sorry, pause the questions. Pause the questions, bud. But yeah, you're going to get a lot of snow. You're going to get a lot of snow. Yellow snow is lemon flavored. But Also, it's number 1. It comes from number 1. And you know what number 1 is. You'll probably all laugh at me because I said that. By the way, I don't even know if I even asked you all to subscribe yet. If you are new to the channel and you do like the live coverage, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really does help out the channel very much because once this channel gets big enough, we're going full time on this. You're all mine, folks. You're all mine. So if you have not subscribed, also hit the bell icon. That would really help out a lot too. It would really help out. So thank you all. You got to get all of those notifications. All of those notifications you got to receive. If you don't receive the notifications, then go to your settings on your iPhone and make sure you get notifications or any smartphone. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious. Oob Convoy. Laughing out loud. Number 1 is better than number 2. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the goal here is to get someone to help me with my live streams more often. Ethan B is not on tonight. He's not on usually until later. By the way, if you guys are interested in helping me with my live streams, please contact me on Discord. Please contact me there on Discord. That would help out a lot because I do enjoy doing these live streams. But sometimes when we have a lot of people, which is fine, that's what we need, right? We need a big audience. The chat can get really crazy and it's hard to keep up with everyone's questions. So Newport News, Virginia. So Newport News, Virginia is going to get about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall based on the latest NAM. And how far out is this? This is already 18 hours out. Oh, and it's coming in. It's coming in aggressive. Is it coming in more aggressive? I think it is. I think it's going in a little more aggressive. Oh, yeah. It's a lot more aggressive on this run. It's definitely a lot more aggressive. Yep, we're looking at about 9 inches so far, so we'll see how this renders all the way through. Thank you, C. Branson Cox. What are the chances of power outages in Dalton, Alabama? So let me give that a huge heart. Thank you for the $10 donations. And again, all the donations do go to great causes. So thank you all for that. So, because of the snow, maybe some sleet in the mix, there will certainly be some power outages. But for your area, it's hard to say. I would say there is at least a 50% chance of power outages in your area. Seminole County in southwest Georgia. Boy, people really want me to stick to the questions. We will do that. All right, so Seminole, we're waiting for our newest run to come in right now on the NAM. Unless we could get ahead of it. So for that area, for the southeast, we are looking at interesting. This really did trend north. Wow, this trended north big time. This notable now. Looks like most of Louisiana will get snow now. Based on the NAM model. But the HRRR is like, no, it's going to be further south. It's going to be a lot further south. So there is disagreement. There is a big amount of disagreement. Still. Literally 24 hours out, exactly where the snow is going to set up. But yeah, you're looking at about 4 to 8 inches. 4 to 8 inches. Chances of snow in New Orleans. I would say at this point, because there's a winter storm warning, it is expected. There's a 90% chance you will see snow. You will see snow. Fayetteville, North Carolina. So for Fayetteville, North Carolina, you're gonna get, let's wait for this to render in. So for Fayetteville, North Carolina, you're looking at about, so based on the blend of the different models, still about 1 to 3 inches of snow is anticipated for that area. 1 to 3 inches. That is one heck of a weird profile name. Help me reach 100,000 subscribers with no videos. I don't think that's possible, bud. You have to upload content. Unless you're Elon Musk, then he can get to 100,000 subscribers with no videos. Because that guy is the richest man in the world. He's, I think, worth $800 billion. It's crazy, right? $800 billion. Kate in New Iberia, Louisiana. So let's go to that. So New Iberia. Iberia, that is. New Iberia, Louisiana. This is showing a foot of snow, but that's kind of going a little over the top. So I'm thinking around 6 to 8, about 7 to 10 inches of snow. It's pouring snow in Shreveport. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not snowing there, is it? Actually, no, it's... Or it may be. Yeah, it might be snowing. Let's take a look at radar really quickly. Nope, not snowing there. Weather Channel shows it. Oh boy. Okay. Let me see. Let me go to Weather Underground. Because that's weird. That it's showing it. Let's see. It is. It is snowing there. Wow. Why is Radar Omega being an idiot tonight? Look at this. It's funny. It is. And you were saying Shreveport, right? So right down here, look at this. This is weird. On the radar, there's like this hole and it's not snowing. But when you actually go over to this, there is snow coming down in Shreveport. So this storm is definitely stronger. I think this storm is definitely stronger than what models thought. Because it's just, I don't know. Is it me or is this stronger, folks? Can you let me know in the comments? Because it's not supposed to snow in Shreveport until a little later, right? I thought that's what we were talking about, that it's not supposed to snow there. Now it's snowing there, makes me really wonder. I mean, what is going on? The system's overperforming. Let's go over to this, because this is concerning. This is concerning me. Yeah, look at this. Like, this is 9 p.m. This is 11 p.m. Central Time. Shreveport, no snow. No snow. And I can go to Radar Omega and show you proof of that. Look at this. What time does it say up there? 9 p.m. That's my time. It's 6. It's like we're looking at this. Hello? What's going on? HRRR. What's going on? Like, literally. It's not even showing any snow. But yeah, when we go over to Radar Omega, or not Radar Omega, Wonder Map, it's snowing. It is snowing in Monroe, Louisiana already. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think this is stronger than? Look, it's snowing in Dallas. It's snowing in Dallas. Literally, Dallas was not supposed to get hardly any snow at all. What happens in New Orleans? Based on this system, this could be a lot stronger. New Orleans could get a foot of snow. Could get a foot of snow because of the storm overperforming. I think this is overperforming. I think this system, this is doing it. There's more lift. There's more energy. Mobile, Alabama. So Mobile, Alabama, right now, most of the snow went through the model already. So let's take a look at how much snowfall you are seeing on the 10-1 ratio, since it's interactive in the first place. Why is this not even running? Come on. This is running so dang slow. And it crashed. Go figure, it crashed. So, let's take a look. Yeah, see, Shreveport, Dallas is getting snow. So, I would say now I'm going to go over to the top with my snowfall totals, because we all have different solutions here with how this could pan out. But I'm thinking Mobile now might get more than what the models are showing here. Could get potentially up to 8 or 9 inches of snow. Forget about it if you're in Lafayette. You could get a foot of snow out of this winter storm. St. George could get a foot of snow, because this is already overperforming. It's already overperforming. Clearly, it's going crazy, the storm. That thank you, by the way. Who let me know that? Thank you. PC Gamerware, for letting me know about that. I thought you were joking around until I saw that. What? In Shreveport, it's snowing already? How could it be snowing up there? That's crazy. So the radar program on Radar Omega is not so good. So Hammond could get almost a foot of snow. Peter Moss shows snow in Ocala. Come on. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not. No. It's not snowing in Ocala. No, it's not. Where do you... If you're looking at the 01Z, then maybe. Let's see. Okay, the 01Z is not in yet. Okay, so I don't know. Ocala's down over here, and there's no snow. It's not showing any snow in Ocala, so... What's up, Speed Up? How are you doing? Brief frozen rain in Lake Charles, Louisiana at this time. Oh, wow. Okay, I think this is overperforming. I think this is already overperforming. And yeah, Lake Charles is getting a little bit of that frozen precipitation. Let's take a look at KLCH. Thank you for the storm report, Ion, by the way. So this is not snow then. This is freezing rain, right? Brief frozen rain in Lake Charles. Very light. So yeah, there is a little bit down here. Interesting, it's only showing snow on radar. That's why these storm reports help out a lot. So we are getting reports in Lake Charles, some freezing rain already. And it's not even supposed to start there until tonight. We are ahead of schedule on this winter storm. We are already ahead. Which is a problem because there is going to be a lot of issues on the roadways. That means it's just only going to be worse. Oh, even this is picking it up. Look at how weird this is. Look at the radar. There's this donut. So, I don't know which model or what I should believe in. I'm wondering if it's Virga. I'm wondering if that's what that is. Let me see if it's snowing in Dallas. Actually at the surface, because it could be Virga. There is such thing as snow Virga. No, it's snowing in Dallas. So, I think the KSHV radar might be a little drunk. Okay. Yeah, 10-1 ratio is Radar Omega. Yeah. I wish they had Kachira. Ice pellets in Sugar Land. So Sugar Land is getting ice pellets. So that's sleet. Sugarland. So Sugarland what? In Maryland or in Virginia? You're probably referring to Texas? No, you're probably referring to in Maryland. Or maybe in Virginia, further south. Sugarland, Texas. Okay, there is. I thought there was a Sugarland in Texas. So Sugarland, Texas is already getting sleet. All right, so it is snow mixed in with ice pellets over there. Okay, let's go to Pascagoula. So that area, you're going to get possibly a foot now. Well, I would say about 8 inches of snow because of this system overperforming. It's overperforming already. So it's only going to get much worse from here. What's the snow totals for Lake Charles? About 5 inches in Lake Charles. Predictions for Jackson, Mississippi. So predictions for Jackson, Mississippi. Right now, because of the Shreveport situation with snow, more than likely you're going to see about 1 to 3 inches of snow. Even so, the models are not picking it up. I think you're going to see snow there up to about 3 inches. Raleigh, North Carolina. So Raleigh, North Carolina now looks to get at least a couple of inches of snow. So, okay, so you're getting ice pellets, so that's sleet. In Sugarland, Texas. So that's 2 reports reporting sleet already in Texas. In kind of southwestern metro of Houston. Beaumont, Texas, you're gonna get about, based on this, you could get about 5 or so inches. I think you're gonna get 5 inches of snow with this winter storm. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So Hattiesburg, Mississippi, let's do that. So Hattiesburg, Mississippi, you're gonna get about 2 to 5 inches of snow because, again, the northerly trend that we're seeing already on the modeling, it's coming. It's already happening. Pensacola, Florida. Yes, sorry if I forgot about Pensacola, Florida. Let's go to Pensacola, Florida. So Pensacola, Florida, you're looking at about 8 or 9 inches of snowfall. Hey, David, did we reach our subscription goal? Yes, we did. We reached it last night. And right now, we made a little bit, almost another milestone. And did we? Almost there. Yep, we just hit 40,306. That's where we're at. Oh, and 7. So thank you guys. Oh, and it's still going up. Look at that. Still going up. So Tallahassee, Fayetteville, oh my goodness, the chat is going alive. I love you guys. I do, though. All right, so for Fayetteville, about 1 to 4 inches of snowfall. Because, again, we're seeing the system overperform. And how strong could this get? Right now, that is to be answered. But right now, I'm looking at 1 to 4 inches for Fayetteville, based on our current now casting scenario. Snowfall for Houston, you're looking at about 4 to 5 inches. 4 to 5 inches in Houston. Savannah, Georgia, you're looking at about, you're not, on this model, for some reason, for unknown reason, it's not showing any snow at all. It has made a huge northerly turn, so it's going to be hard to say, but I would say still on the order of about 2 to 5 inches of snow, until we see consistent trends to the north. Tallahassee, Florida. Tallahassee is not, may get a little bit of snow, but you're going to get sleet and you're going to get ice. Freezing rain. Up to 8 inches for your area. I think that's about right, Johnny. So they're expecting up to 8 inches, maybe a foot of snow. Doesn't surprise me if some isolated areas get up to a foot of snow with this winter storm. I would say at the highest, probably about 10 or 11 inches. That is insane. That is crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. And I really do pray for you guys, because you guys never get something like this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, but also going to be really, really dangerous on the roadways. Impossible road travel, in fact. I'll try to set up a camera. Sweet, Johnny. Which run is this? This is the NAM 3-kilometer model. The North American Meso model, 3-kilometer. The HRRR is very aggressive for your area. But it's glitching out, so I don't know why it's doing this. Like, it hasn't ran through all of the model runs yet. But it is going really aggressive on the HRRR, the 0Z. Wants your area up to maybe a foot of snow. Which I don't believe that's very aggressive. That is totally aggressive. I don't think it's going to be that much. How does your name pop up on the map? I have to add in the location manually. And unfortunately, we blew through that last night. There was so much there. The demand for requests last night. Oh, this is the latest run. So Savannah is still going to get snow. Actually, you know what? I was only on hour 23. That's why. That's why it was not showing much. So it is showing a lot more now. So Savannah, Georgia, going to get more. But yeah, your name, in order for it to work, I would have to add your location, and I'm out of spots. There's no more slots available. If I go to add location, it says warning, you must upgrade to add more locations, and I have the highest here. Yeah, I have the highest here. I have the alpha version. I literally have everything. I could add up to... Yeah, I have everything. So I think that's just the highest they allow it right now. And then maybe they'll add another tier. It's called Omega or Alpha Gold or something. Maybe that will have up to 200 and something locations. What's up, Chase? How are you, buddy? Yeah, I have the Alpha subscription, so I have the highest tier. What's the snowfall looking like for Westlake, Louisiana? So as we go to Westlake, Louisiana, you're looking at right around 10 inches. 4 to 8 to maybe 10 inches. And because of how much this is overperforming, it could be higher than this. But most notably, look how much higher it is in the southeast. Just let's take a whole look at this snowfall map here on your screen. You can clearly see this really has uptrended all the way across here. This is going to be historic. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable snow for Louisiana. Elizabethtown. You mean Queen Elizabeth, correct? No, I'm just kidding. So Elizabethtown in South Carolina or North Carolina. You're looking at about 4 to 8 inches of snow. 4 to 8 inches of snowfall. Brunswick, Georgia. So Brunswick, Georgia, you are... Oh, I'm so sorry. Brunswick, nothing. But I'm still calling for about up to 3 inches of snow for that area. Yeah, because you're under a winter storm warning, so I'm still calling for that to happen. So you're going to get some snow still, but it's going to be ice and sleet will be the main things. And, I mean, just, like, stare at this map. Just literally... stare at this map and look at like northern Florida, like all the way down here, snow. It's gonna like wintry, wet, a winter weather product I mean, wow. It's like you're in Canada. You guys are in the northern tier getting a winter storm. This is crazy. But no, you're in the south. You're in the southeast and you're getting snow. All I got to say is go have fun. Just don't drive in it. Just have a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, Chase, since you're watching, Chase, I have issued an extreme storm warning for your area. So I'm going to mention some of the cities that are under these different warnings. And these warnings are made by me, okay? They are decided by me. These are not from the National Weather Service. So there are 4 different categories. Storm advisory, storm watch, storm warning, extreme storm warning. And so right now, Houston is under a storm warning. Lake Charles is under, actually, Houston is under an extreme storm warning. Lake Charles, extreme storm warning. New Orleans, Louisiana under an extreme storm warning. Ben Ivy, thank you for the membership of Tropical Storm Tier. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Southern Mississippi is under a storm warning. Mobile, Alabama is under a storm watch. Pensacola, Florida, storm watch. Central Georgia, storm watch. Central portion there of North Carolina and South Carolina under a storm advisory and storm watch. You're very welcome, Ben IV. I do appreciate it. Or Ben 5. It's numeral. So now, before we continue on the questions, because I know you have your guys' questions. So an extreme storm warning is as follows. Either extreme winds that gust over 80 miles an hour, all right, or unusual snow for the given location, combined with strong winds and colder temperatures. This relates to ice storms as well. I need to actually make graphics for that and implement that and put it on X. But right now, Houston, Texas is under an extreme storm warning due to the population, the amount of snow that is expected, and how rare it is to get snow down there. Okay, Florence, South Carolina. Let me get to the questions now, because I wanted to kind of explain what that meant, because a lot of you are saying, wait, what storm warning? There's nothing. It's, again, a product. It's a product issued by me. It is not an official NWS product. It is me that I issue it. And I need to work on that, creating the definition for that and make like a color scale and everything for that. So Florence, about 6 inches of snow is anticipated. Jacksonville, you're looking at about almost a foot of snow. And I could hear my grandma still listening to politics downstairs. She's really into that today, I guess. Clinton, North Carolina. Let's go to Clinton, North Carolina. You're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snowfall in that area. Mobile, Alabama, you are looking at significant snowfall accumulations up to about 5 or more inches. Elizabethtown, North Carolina. That's up over here. So you're looking at roughly about 4 to 5 inches of snow. That hasn't changed. Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, you're really close. Another very big metro area. In fact, really close to the airport. This is the #1 busiest airport or the second most busiest airport in the United States and in the world. And yeah, if there's snow on that runway or anything, they could do a ground stop potentially. So if it snows over the airport, you expect a lot of flight delays and cancellations. Expect a lot of angry people tomorrow with this winter storm. Shannon, I just mentioned Elizabethtown getting about 5 inches. Titan is the busiest planet in the solar system. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you're not a planet, you're a moon. You're a type of moon. I'm even surprised Titan actually harbors life. Like there's liquid water on that moon. I would not want to live on that moon. I'm good here where I live on Earth. JFK? Okay, it might be. It's between JFK and Hartsfield, Atlanta that are the busiest. One of those two, I mean, there's in the top 2 or 3 busiest airports in the world. Believe me, I flew out of Atlanta and I will never do that again. Never will fly out of Atlanta. That is like a maze. It's like a maze to get through. But how's everyone tonight? How is your inauguration Monday coming along? How's your Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Where am I from? I'm from California. Which, by the way, it got really cold last night. We got all the way down into the upper 20s last night. It got insanely cold. That's good. MAGA. You know what? They should make Inauguration Day actually a holiday because it really has that holiday sound. It really does. Yeah, I'm in Northern California. Fortunately, we have had enough rain this year where we're not in a bad situation, but in Southern California, it's a whole different story. In fact, they are expecting the worst, the most extreme fire danger ever, potentially tonight into tomorrow. They're expecting relative humidities less than 2% in some areas, combined with up to 80 to 90 mile an hour wind gusts. What's up, Hurricane Lee? How are you, bud? It's been a while. Elizabethtown, Shannon, you've asked me that location many times. Moderators, get to work. Wilson, North Carolina. So Wilson, North Carolina. Let's go to Wilson, North Carolina. You're looking at about 1 to 3 inches of snow for that area. 1 to 3 inches. Elizabeth, okay, she's gone. Goodbye. Yes. Auburn, Alabama snow. So Auburn, Alabama, you're going to get 2 to 4 inches of snow. 2 to 4 inches. Dunn, North Carolina. Let's go to Dunn, North Carolina. Oh, shoot, it's 6:44. I actually have to head off here in a little bit. You're looking at about 2 to 4 inches. Raleigh, North Carolina, you are looking at Raleigh. So Raleigh, North Carolina, you're looking at about 1 to 3 inches of snow. By the way, just a general reminder, if you guys are new to the channel, you find these live streams, these videos really helpful, detailed, and informative, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. All right. I'm not promoting myself as much as I did yesterday. I feel like I killed you all with overdoing it. So I kind of laid back today on it. But yeah, if you guys are liking the content, you enjoy the work that I do when it comes to these live streams, please subscribe and ring the bell notification icon. It really, really, really helps out a lot. It really does. And the fact that we're at 41,300 subscribers right now is pretty insane. That this is just absolutely crazy. And there we are, 320. Look at how quick this is going up. Wow, this is going up really quick. So, yeah, if you guys are new, I would really highly recommend subscribing if you haven't already. David, does Radar Omega show freezing rain accumulations? Yes, it does. There's two ways to do that. You can look at the accretion, which just uses basically actual ice that sticks and accumulates on surfaces. So this is, we're looking at about 3/10 of an inch of ice in these areas, maybe up to 4/10 in some areas. Yeah, where you have all of this accumulation right here, where you see this, you're going to have the potential of power outages. And then there's a QPF, which is just basically based on radar reflectivity, and it estimates it that way. That's not the best way to estimate how much freezing rain falls because it's going to give you very exaggerated numbers. So in this case, based on this, you could get up to a half an inch or more of ice in Brunswick, all the way across into northern Florida, into Crawfordville, into Apalachicola, Carabel, as well as Port St. Joe. Significant ice accumulations. Significant. And that's where the power outages will reside from. Okay, Herbonville, you might get about about 2/10 of an inch of ice out of this winter storm. And look at this, folks. I need you all to really stare at this for a little bit. This is pretty concerning. Right here. Like, look at all that pink. I mean, that is just terrifying. All the blue, too, especially down here in Florida, like, is this really going to happen? And it is. It's going to happen. And that far south. I mean, it's snowing over the Gulf. It is literally snowing over the Gulf of Mexico, where it shouldn't be snowing at all. It shouldn't be snowing that far south. So I'm really wondering if this is going to really impact the sea surface temperatures. It's going to really knock down those water temperatures quite significantly. But this is looking really, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Even so, it's not covering like Winter Storm Elliott did. We all remember that. That thing went like this. It was very intense. This is more southerly, but it's also historic because how often do you all get snow down here? You don't get snow at all. Some of you, probably the first time you have seen snow in your entire lifetime. So Jacksonville, North Carolina, you are going to get some decent snow. Probably extreme snowfall totals with this winter storm. Fayetteville, North Carolina, please. So Fayetteville, North Carolina, you are going to get a few inches, possibly up to about 3 to 5 inches of snow because the snow is going to start there and it's going to be coming down pretty good for a while. What's up, Richard? How are you? Bro, what about Enterprise, Alabama from Kayla? Or Keela. So Enterprise... Oh, it's going to be bad there. You're looking at about 8 inches of snow. 8 inches of snowfall. Snow. It's going to snow good. Yeah, about 8 inches. Any fires getting better in Los Angeles? Last I heard, the fires were getting contained pretty quickly, but I have not followed that ever since because I've been really focused on this winter storm. Not that I don't want to focus on fires, but now if we do get a fire that starts in Southern California tomorrow, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it happens, and after this winter storm is over with, then we'll probably focus on that. Down Dawsonville, Georgia. Let's go to Dawsonville. Ooh, gosh. Dawsonville, Georgia. So Dawsonville, Georgia, you're going to get about 1 inch or 2 of snow based on the recent trends northward. Okay, and it looks like the Atlanta airport will get about 1 inch of snow now. This last few frames came in. It looks like maybe a little brush by of snow over the airport based on the latest model. So yeah, 1 inch could fall at Hartsfield, Atlanta. Mobile, Alabama is going to get 5 to 8 inches of snow. You're very welcome, Fight Fibro. Lego Train, how are you doing? I follow you on YouTube, Lego Train, and you have not been posting at all. Hopefully everything's all right. Snow totals for Sumter, South Carolina. So Sumter, South Carolina, you're going to get about 6 inches. That's definitely a lot higher than it was before. Athens, Georgia. So Athens, Georgia is... I swear I know where Athens, Georgia is without searching it up. But anyways, I'll look for it anyways. Athens, Georgia from Kelly Major. Kelly Major or Major Kelly. Okay, it's way up here. You're looking at about 1 inch or 2 of snow. Good point, Sounding 6. Don't forget to run your faucets, which brings me up to the Arctic outbreak. All right, for people that live in the Southeast, for the Deep South, and even for the Eastern Seaboard, and if not, even for the Northeast, please make sure, if you haven't already, I hope you've done it already, please bring your pets, your plants inside, or any livestock that will die out in the cold. Your dogs get hypothermia. They are like humans in that way. They overheat just like we do, and they get hypothermia just like we do. So make sure you bring all of your animals, your pets, your plants, anything inside. And just like in the hot weather, don't leave any child in the car at all. Well, I know you guys know that. It's common sense, but just letting you all know that. Cold weather is extremely dangerous, especially when you get temperatures very cold like this far south. And I'm telling you, Louisiana, portions of Louisiana, like the central portion, could get temperatures down to the upper single digits. 9 degrees at night. How often do you get temperatures that cold? How often? Not very often. So please take this seriously. It's not just a snowstorm. It's the Arctic air that's going to be coming in behind this front. This is an Arctic front that is swinging on through. And it is going to bring some serious temperatures. Thank you, Cray Sky, for the $20 donation. I do appreciate all the donations, folks, by using Super Chat. I do appreciate it very much. So thank you for that. Crestview, Florida. All right, we're going to end it here in 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes, folks, 5 minutes. Because guess what? Where I have to go tonight. I want you all to guess in chat. See if you guys have been kind of listening in the past, right? Guess where I have to be tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Guess where I have to be? Nope, not a concert. Nope, not church. Work. I have to be at work tonight at 8 o'clock. Which is nice because, you know, I get most of the day to relax, you know. I have school tomorrow, then I will be able to live stream. And I think we're going to go live tomorrow on this winter storm for sure. And look at live cameras. Do live winter weather tracking. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, in Crestview, 10 inches. And I'll be off at midnight tonight. It's only a 4-hour shift. It's only 4 hours, but, you know, that's what I'm hoping for, is that I will turn this into a full-time job. So that way I could spend a lot more time here on YouTube and actually doing this for a living. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal, folks, is do this as a full-time job. Full-time. I mean, working 7 days a week, up to 2 videos a day, and really getting myself hooked up here. But it's very hard in California because, you know, California, everything's very expensive. Everything's very expensive. Gosh, you know what? I'm out in the Central Valley. Some of the houses here, rent is houses are $1 million out here. When I moved out here like about 4 years ago, they were only in the $700,000 to $800,000 range. Now they're up to $1 million. Even out here in the Central Valley, away from the Bay Area, away from Silicon Valley, houses here have gone up dramatically. That's California for you. That's why in the long term, I'm planning to move out of state and probably moving somewhere back east. I'm not sure. Probably first thing I would do is move with my sister in Maryland. All right, sorry. Okay, I'll get to a few more questions. Lagrange, Georgia. If I didn't get your question today, I do apologize. We will do it better tomorrow. I promise. So Lagrange, about 1 to 3 inches of snow. Valdosta, Georgia. Let's go to Valdosta. Austin is asking that question. Austin, Texas is asking that question. So Austin, Texas is going to get, or Austin, Texas says Valdosta is going to get 3 inches of snow. No, I'm just kidding. Your name is Austin M. I love that name, Austin. Hey, you're a city in Texas, bud. Move. I agree. I want to move so bad, but it's hard with family over here. But the long-term plan is that's what's going to end up happening in the next 10 or so years. It's going to be about a 10-year process, but I'm proposing that I move with my sister back east. Before I head out, one last call to ask people to subscribe. If you have not, I should word this differently. If you are enjoying these live streams, the live coverage on the YouTube channel, like the detail that I put into the videos, and because I want to be basic, more easygoing, I don't want to use scientific words. If you find this information really helpful, detailed, and informative, that's the slogan with my videos. If you notice, I ended out with that. If you find it like that, please consider. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't already. If you're a new viewer and this is your first time and you like the content, subscribe. Because a lot of you that live in the deep south along the Louisiana coast, I'm all yours for hurricane season. I do hurricane season. I track the tropics. We do winter weather like we're doing. It's been very successful, and we do severe weather. I'm going to try severe weather out this year. I'm going to try something only if work allows me to. Last year, I didn't have hardly any time because the days that there was always severe weather going on, I had to work. So I'm hoping, and I'm praying to the Lord Almighty Jesus Christ that I get all the time that I can to do these live streams on severe weather. At least I'll do 1 or 2 of them a week. That's the goal. So, yeah. Okay, I will get to 2 more questions. 2 more. Newborn, North Carolina. Because I literally have to get ready for work. So New Bern, North Carolina. Is near Jacksonville. Yeah, you're going to get quite a bit of snowfall. North Carolina, in general, you're looking at around about 2 to 8 inches of snowfall. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to this live stream. Latest update and information on this winter storm. Again, like always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the like button and bell notification icon to get all notifications. And if you don't get them, check your iPhone and go to settings and make sure you allow notifications, okay? Because you guys are awesome. I know you guys can do this. As always, have a great rest of your inauguration Monday. I will be back tomorrow doing a live stream on this, and we are going to go live for at least a few hours. I'm thinking I'll go live at around 3 o'clock. Well, you know what? Let's see. You know what? Before I go, I need to look actually at the timing to determine how this is going to go. So tomorrow, shoot. This is going to be sweeping through Louisiana. Man, this is going to be early. This is going to happen really early. So I'm going to work until midnight. I'm not going to be in bed until about 1:30 in the morning, probably. So I do not know. You know what? How does this sound, you guys? Do you think I should try live streaming tonight when I get home from work and just do a live camera panel? I'm going to try to figure out something. Let me know before I go. I want to know. What do you guys think? Because this is going to be an overnight threat, it looks like, for for Louisiana, and early afternoon. I'm going to try something out, though. I'm going to try to do something, and I don't know if it's going to be successful. I don't know if it's going to be successful at all, but I can give it a shot. Get some rest, then stream. That's probably what I'll do, so I'm not worried, because if I do stream overnight, I might not sleep as well. So what I think I'll do is wake up at 7 in the morning and start a stream up at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that should cover this area based on the model. Now let me see the HRRR, what the timing of this would be. And then I will head off because I need to go. So there is a camera over here down here in Jackson County that will likely be useful, so I'll be able to use that. There are a couple of cameras here, so that will be the good thing. And even over here, I got some beach cameras from Inaco Lab that I could bring up too. So we'll have a panel of winter weather cameras. I'm going to give this a try to see how it all goes tomorrow. All right. But anyways, I will sleep tonight. Don't expect anything from me tonight at all until sometime in the late morning or early afternoon hours tomorrow in Eastern time. As always, have a great rest of your Inauguration Monday, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Love you guys. Peace out.